You'll have to show me the lyrics. जो किछु और पिला तुआ करे किशोर जो किछु हर पिला तुआ करे किशोर संपदे विपदे जीवन दाई मामा मेरा बड़ा मानस जो किछु हर पिला मारो भी आँखों में मानस जो किछु हर पिला तुआ करे जनोरी मोरी जरी तो जनोरी मोरी जरी भक्त कीट जन्म हो जता तुम्हारा कीट जन्म हो जता Hare Krishna Mahamantra Shri Shri Radha Shri Shri Bhaktivedanta Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Namaste Saraswati Gaurani Prajari Namo Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Parayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Krishe He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinamundho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopita Radha Tata Chakona Radhe Radhe Vishnu Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Srivasa. Requesting all devotees to raise both the hands up as high as possible and lift up your enthusiasm and spirits while we chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswati Vyasam Tatam Jayati Nashtaprayeshu Bhandreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopamalaya Govindaya Namah. If possible, do we have another mic? Yes. Can you display the meaning of Manas Devopi? Let devotees one by one in turns recite the meaning. Meanwhile, we'll do some setup here.
First, mind, body, and family, whatever may be mine, I have surrendered at your lotus feet, O youthful son of Nanda.
In good fortune or in bad, in life or at death, all my difficulties have disappeared by choosing those feet of yours as my only shelter.
Slay me or protect me as you wish, for you are the master of your eternal servant.
If it is your will that I'll be born again, then maybe it be in the home of your devotee.
May I be born again, even as a worm, so long as I may remain your devotee. I have no desire to be born as a Brahma, averse to you.
I yearn for the company of that devotee who is completely devoid of all desire for worldly enjoyment or liberation.
Father, mother, lover, son, lord, preceptor, and husband, you are everything to me. Thakura Bhaktivedanta says, O Kana, please hear me. O Lord of Radha, you are my life and soul.
Sri Thakur ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. So we'll discuss from the first canto, 12th chapter, 18th verse. I guess I was the one who took 17th last week while I was there. From there, yes, to here, by the mercy of all the devotees. Okay, so we'll recite the shloka. Shri Raja Uvacha Apyesha Vamshayan Rajarshin Punya Shlokan Mahatmanah Anuvartitas Vidyashasa Sadhuvadena Sattama. This verse is done. Done, right? Next one. Okay. Brahmana Uchuhu Partha Prajavita Sakshat Ikshvakuriva Manavah Brahmanyah Satyasandhascha Ramo Dasharatiryatha. In interest of time, we will skip the repetition. Can we show the meaning of the previous verse? Somebody can read, just to get a context of what's being discussed. I'm sorry, I'm making Gaurav Prabhu run everywhere. Yes, the translation, somebody can read.
The good king Yudhishthira inquired, O great souls, will he become as saintly a king, as pious in his name, and as famous and glorious in his achievements as others who appeared in this great royal family?
Yes. So this is the Jataka Samskara that is happening. Samskara are the different purificatory ceremonies which are very much required for a person to be purified. So as soon as the child is born, the Jataka Samskara begins from cutting the umbilical cord. From there, this Samskara begins, and then all the Brahmanas come, and there is a prediction. There is Jatak. You know what is Jatak? Ja means to be born. So as a Jataka karma. So what will this child do? So who is that? Will he become saintly king? Who is he there? Parikshit Maharaj. That's being questioned. You're all feeling sleepy? I'm just asking. That will help me to understand where you are. Accordingly, I will decide what to do. No, I'll take Bhagavatam, but I'll take it in a way that you all don't sleep. Okay. No, nobody's sleeping, just asking. Don't feel sleepy, tired? No, right? You're excited?
Yes.
And please smile. Smile, please. Now, I was just hearing, I was reading the wonderful book Harinam Chintamani. So, in that, there are different stages that one goes through. There is Shravana Dasha, there is Varana Dasha, there is Marana Avastha, there is Apanna Dasha, Pratyapanna Dasha, Sampatti Dasha, different kinds of states before one becomes an associate of Lord at Golok Vrindavan. So the beginning is, let's see who heard attentively. I told you. Shravana Dasha. You know when Shravana Dasha begins? In the womb. Oh. Parikshit Maharaj, you connected it to womb. Now, when it begins, when the Shravana Dasha begins, actually, I am not saying, Bhaktivedanta Thakur is saying, in the Shastra. Try to guess. I'll give chance. One guess is done. Two more guesses.
When associated with devotees.
When associate with devotees, not yet. No. Any last guess? Who would like to guess?
After serving them.
After suffering. Okay, after serving the devotees. Okay, all three answers are correct but not correct. Shravana Dasha begins when you happily listen to the Guru. I'm not writing, Bhaktivedanta Thakur writes. So unless we are happy in the Bhagavatam class, Shravana Dasha does not begin. So let me see who Shravana Dasha is beginning. Everyone, come on. Chalo, like this. And the smile should be continuously on. Some devotees, what they do in online classes, when I tell to switch on video, they switch on. And then again, when I start the class, they switch it off. This is cheating. This is not allowed. Right? So similarly, devotees in the beginning smile, everyone smiles. After some time, again they're morose. Please don't do this cheating. Keep the smile on. Even if you're feeling sleepy, please smile. Please keep smiling. Because Shravana Dasha will not begin otherwise. We want to go beyond, right? We want to go up till the point we become associates of Lord. Then Shravana Dasha. Hearing with a happy heart. But your heart is not happy, Prabhuji. At least let's show it on the face. Eventually, the heart will become happy. Okay, so keep smiling in the Bhagavatam class. And yeah, keep smiling. Hare Krishna. And be attentive also. Thank you. So, what is the meaning of this sloka? Let's go word for word meaning. Brahmanaha, the good Brahmanas. Uchuhu, said. Partha, O son of Pritha, or Kunti. Now, who is addressed here as Partha? We are used to hearing Arjuna called Partha. Krishna every time calls Partha Naiveha Namutra. But here who is Partha? Here Partha is Yudhishthir Maharaj. Oh, Yudhishthir Maharaj is also Partha. Yes, Bhima is also Partha. Yes, these all three are Partha. Nakul Sahadev? No, they are not Partha. They are sons of Madri. So these all three are Partha. So here who is called Partha? Yudhishthir Maharaj. The Parth comes from what word? Pritha. Pritha means one who is very dear. And later on, she was handed over by Vasudev to Kunti Boja. That's why her name became Kunti. Okay. Praja, those who are born. Avita, maintainer. Sakshat, directly. Ikshvaku Iva, exactly like king. You're not filling the blanks, you have to repeat. Exactly like king. Ikshvaku. You know who is Ikshvaku? Prabhu Sri Ramachandra, his ancestor is Ikshvaku. How he was born? He was born by sneezing. Yes. Who sneezed? Brahma didn't sneeze. Vaivasvat Manu sneezed. So Vivaswan or sun god, the current sun god is called Vivaswan. He is a student of Krishna, direct student. Any doubts? Imam Vivasvate Yogam Roktavanaham Apeyam Vivasman. So I spoke it to sun god. And sun god even today takes a lot of batches. He has thousand Maharshis who attend his class. You have to be Maharshi to reach there. And then that's a classroom which is there. And he teaches them all the knowledge that he got from Krishna. He teaches them. Then Manur Ikshwaka Vibramit. Vivaswan Manave Praha. So this Vivaswan spoke it to his son who's called as Vaivasvat Manu. And Vaivasvat Manu, what he did, he sneezed. And out of his sneezing, who got produced? Ikshwaku. That's why name is like that. Ikshwaku. Something like that. Ikshwaku. So, and Manavaha, son of Manu. See, he's introduced, son of Manu. Brahmanyaha, followers and respectful to the Brahmanas. Satyasandha, truthful by promise. Cha, also. Ramaha, the personality of Godhead Rama. Dasharatihi, the son of Maharaja Dasharatha. Yatha, like him. Can anyone read the translation for me?
The learned Brahmana said,
In the microphone, please.
The learned Brahmana said, O son of Pritha, this child shall be exactly like King Ikshvaku, son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born. And as for following the Brahminical principles, especially in being true to his promise, he shall be exactly like Rama, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaja Dasharatha.
Just a small commentary by the Acharyas, what they are saying. I just read it, I'll express. So the previous question by Yudhishthir Maharaj was, will this personality, will this boy be like the great kings, the famous Rajashi? Will he be like them? So that is why it is being said, yes. this person will have the fame and qualities of all the Rajarshis of the past. So they're remembering. So the qualities will come in the future? Absolutely not. This boy already has all the qualities. He's born with the qualities. And as the circumstances will arise, these qualities will appear one by one. You will see it. That's how they're telling. So therefore, please understand that this boy has all the qualities which we are observing right now. So these Brahmanas, they have the power to observe the qualities. They can see through things. Brahmanas are the ones who are in mode of goodness. And how does Prabhupada define the mode of goodness? Prabhupada says mode of goodness means in which you can see what is what. What? Prabhupada is saying goodness means you can see things as they are. You will know what is what. So that they are having that and they're telling from the practical realization. Of course, they're opening the astrological chart, checking the Graha Dasha, the position of the planets and stars. At the same time, they are telling, you're observing this person has Ikshvaku's qualities. And he will definitely have the fame of Ikshvaku. It's just time is separating. Yes. Prabhupada used this phrase, time is separating. Where?
When he said that there are temples.
Yes, exactly. So Prabhupada was sitting on the bench. There was another man sitting here. And he said, there is a movement that has spread worldwide. There are temples everywhere. There are men with dhoti kurta, ladies with the saris, applying tilak on their foreheads and chanting and dancing by singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This was in 1965, where Prabhupada had not even started ISKCON. That time he's saying. But then what did he add? Only time is separating. That's all. So these sages are also telling the same thing. Only time is separating, Prabhu. Oh, Parth, only time is separating. This person will be having all qualities. So that is their intention. So there are two qualities which are mentioned here. Praja Avita and Satya Sandaha. So what is the meaning of Praja? No, go down. Very good. What is Praja Avita? Let's see who remembers word for word. You have to keep taking quiz. That's when devotees will stay happy and also awake. Only if you're awake, you can be happy. Nobody will be happy while sleeping. They slept happily. That's not possible. Yes, what is Praja Avita? Who remembers? The quality of Ikshvaku. What was it? Which quality of Ikshvaku is manifesting? Maintaining who are the subjects. Praja. Is Praja. Okay, very good. Why? What is mentioned Praja? Because Prabhupada will explain what is the meaning of Praja. And the second quality is Satya Sandha. What is the meaning of Satya Sandha? The quality of Lord Ramachandra?
Maintaining the Brahmana.
Truthful. Being truthful to one's promise. That's what Ramachandra did. Right? He gave a vow to his father that I will definitely be obedient and I'll go to the forest, and he followed that for 14 years. All right. So these are the two qualities mainly emphasized. And of course, there will be Brahmanyam. He will be a follower of the Brahmanas. Every Kshatriya, every Rajarshi is a devout follower of the Brahmanas. So that's true. Purport. Somebody can read purport?
Raja means a living being who has taken his birth in the material.
Please give her the microphone.
Praja means the living being who has taken his birth in the material world. Actually, the living being has no birth and no death, but because of his separation from the service of the Lord and due to his desire to lord it over material nature, he is offered a suitable body to satisfy his material desires. In doing so, one becomes conditioned by the laws of material nature, and the material body is changed in terms of his own work. The living entity thus transmigrates from one body to another in 84 lakh species of life, but due to his being the part and parcel of the Lord, he not only is maintained with all necessities of life by the Lord, but also is protected by the Lord and his representatives, the saintly kings. These saintly kings give protection to all the prajas, all living beings, to live and to fulfill their terms of imprisonment. Maharaj Parikshit was actually an ideal saintly king because while touring his kingdom, he happened to see that a poor cow was about to be killed by the personified Kali, whom he at once took to task as a murderer. This means that even the animals were given protection by the saintly administrators, not from any sentimental point of view, but because those who have taken their birth in the material world have the right to live. All the saintly kings, beginning from the king of the sun globe down to the king of the earth, are so inclined by the influence of the Vedic literatures. The Vedic literatures are taught in higher planets also, as there is reference in the Bhagavad Gita 4.1 about the teachings to the sun god Vivaswan by the Lord, and such lessons are transferred by disciplic succession, as it was done by the sun god to his son Manu, and from Manu to Maharaj Isvaku. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and the Manu referred to herein is the seventh Manu, who is one of the Prajapatis, those who create progeny, and he is the son of the sun god. He is known as the Vaivasvata Manu. He had 10 sons, and Maharaj Isvaku is one of them. Maharaj Isvaku also learned Bhakti Yoga as taught in the Bhagavad Gita from his father Manu, who got it from his father, the sun god. Later on, the teaching of the Bhagavad Gita came down by disciplic succession from Maharaj Isvaku, but in course of time, the chain was broken by unscrupulous persons, and therefore it again had to be taught to Arjuna on the battle of Kurukshetra. So all the Vedic literatures are correct from the very beginning of creation of the material world, and thus the Vedic literatures are known as Apaurisheya, not made by man. The Vedic knowledge was spoken by the Lord and first heard by Brahma, the first created living being within the universe.
Thank you. We'll pause here, discuss a little bit, and then proceed. It's a very long purport, but we will just discuss some things. So the first principle is Praja Avita. That means who protects the Praja. Prakrishta Rupayena Jayate iti Praja. That's the meaning of Jayate. Again, Ja means Janma. It comes from Janma, this birth. And everybody, the 8.4 million species who are born in the kingdom, everybody's Praja for the king. It is not that Praja means only human beings. That is the understanding that modern people have. Praja means, oh, human beings is Praja. They are only bothered about human population, human needs. But what about other species of life? That they are not bothered. In fact, the king, if you look at King Satyavrat, he took care of even the fish, right? Because he considered fish is my Praja. We hear the example of Shibi Chakravarti Raja. Do you know, remember there was a dove and a heron who had come. Once a dove had come, please save me from that particular creature, that vulture. And the vulture came, I am also your Praja. You have to save me also. Then what can I do for you? He said, you have to grab my food. Now what to do? He said, I promised to protect. So Shibi Chakravarti also comes in Ikshvaku dynasty. Then he says, all right, I'll give flesh equal to my, equal to the size, equal to the weight of this bird. Please take it. But do not harm this bird. So they have that principle to protect the Praja. So that's how the kings have been. So Parikshit Maharaj's futuristic activities of how he'll protect the cow and the bull, that is being predicted here. Right? He will take care of everybody. Praja. Alright, we will read more. Somebody else.
Maharaja Ikshvaku, one of the sons of Vaisvata Manu, he had 100 sons. He prohibited meat eating. His son Sasada became the next king after his death. Manu. The Manu mentioned in this verse as the father of Ikshvaku is the seventh Manu of the name
Vivasva.
Vivasva Manu.
Vaivasvata Manu.
Vaivasvata Manu, the son of God, the son of sun god Vivaswan, to whom Lord Krishna instructed the teachings of Bhagavad Gita prior to his teaching them to Arjuna. Mankind is the descendant of Manu. This Vaivasva Manu had 10 sons named Ikshvaku, Nabhaga, Drishta, Saryati, Narisyanta, Nabhaga, Dista, Karusa, Prasadra, and Vasuman. The Lord's incarnation, Matsya, the gigantic fish, was advented during the beginning of Vaivasvata Manu's reign. He learned the principles of Bhagavad Gita from his father, Vivaswan, the sun god, and he re-instructed the same to his son, Maharaj Ikshvaku. In the beginning of the Treta Yuga, the sun god instructed devotional service to Manu, and Manu, in his turn, instructed it to Ikshvaku for the welfare of the whole human society.
Thank you. So I just give a brief. There's some characters mentioned here, which we'll just briefly touch upon, because all these are great souls. All the sons of the 10 sons of Vaivasvat Manu are great souls. Just because there was a mention of Matsya, the Matsya incarnation came as a small fish to play with Satyavrat Maharaj. And he was playing in the pond and saying that there are big fishes there in the ocean. They will eat me. Please protect me. Then he said, all right, I'll give protection. You're my praja. So he takes a small fish and puts it in a small bowl. But the fish grows in size and says, now this bowl is very small for me. I need a bigger place. Okay, all right, I'll give you a bigger tank. So he puts it in a fish tank. And the fish grows there also. He says, no, now I need a bigger place. Okay, I'll put you in a pond. You put in the pond, it grew in size again. Says, no, I now need a bigger place, much bigger place. All right, I'll put you in a bigger pond. And after that, now again the fish grew in size. And the king was wondering, my God, this is some divine golden fish who talks and also has this potency to keep growing. Then finally puts him back to the sea. And that time the fish smiles and says that I am your worshipable Lord. I am Krishna whom you worship. And I've come here to play with you and also to tell you that there's going to be a pralaya very soon. So you have to protect all the Saptarishis, your praja, your most important ingredients which are required for the grains and materials of yajna, and there will be a divine boat that will appear. So you get into the boat, you come there, and you have to protect a serpent called Vasuki. That fellow always is caught for big tasks. Samudra Manthan, who will be that particular rope, catch Vasuki. Any big task where you need rope, catch Vasuki, that snake. So that fellow every time is caught because he has a very huge size. So Vasuki becomes that rope which is tying to the horn of Matsya and to the boat. And for the entire period of inundation, the protection of Satyavrat Maharaj and his whole subjects was done by Matsya Avatar. Actually, there is no pralay that happens. This was the end of sixth manvantara is called Chakshusha manvantara, and the beginning of this manvantara is called as Vaivasvata manvantara. So in between, actually, there is no pralay. But what happens is Brahmaji feels a little sleepy, just like some of you are feeling. That's why I keep smiling. So Brahmaji feels a little sleepy. The moment Brahmaji feels sleepy, immediately there is pralay. So that's why it is very important. We don't. Very good. You understood the point. So Brahmaji feels little sleepy, immediately there is pralaya. So leader's vigilance is very important. Right? So that is not meant, it is not night. Usually Brahmaji's night there is pralaya. Because he sleeps off. Actually he goes to bed. But even a little bit of japki in between sadhana happens, there is pralaya. So that is one lesson. And then after everything is protected, Satyavrat later on becomes the son of Vivaswan. And he's also called, Vivaswan's wife was Shraddha. So his name becomes Shraddha Dev. That's his name. And later on, because he's the son of Vivaswan, he's called as Vaivasvata Manu. So he is the one who became the progenitor of all the Manushyas. So all the mankind, they all came from him. That's why he's called as Manu. He's very famous. There is one more famous personality here. His name is Prashraddha. Now, why is Prashraddha famous? The son of Vaivasvat Manu. Prashraddha was given, he was this disciple of Vashishta. Now, if you see the entire dynasty of sun god, their guru is Vashishta. Till Ramachandra, their guru is Vashishta. Same guru. He continues for a long time. So Vashishta gives him service. You have to protect the cows in the cow shed. So he was with a sword. He was standing and protecting the cow shed and all the cows. And suddenly he could hear some sound. It was all pitch dark. There were no tube lights, or torch lights, or mobile batteries there to turn on and see who has come. So supposedly there was a tiger who came inside. And this tiger came to eat the cows. So Dwani Vedan, they were all expert. The entire Suryavamshi dynasty, including Dashrath, they were all famous for Dwani Vedan. They will listen and they will aim and they shoot. They listen to the enemy. So he could hear the sound of tiger. Some tiger has come inside, and this tiger has come with a plan to eat the cow. So what he did, he aimed at the tiger, and he just put his sword. He just swung his sword in that direction. The sword went. He just little bit touched the tiger and went away, but it killed a cow. And next day, when Vashishta got to know you are a killer of cow, he cursed him that you will suffer this whole life, and next life also you will become a Shudra with no good qualities. Get lost. The Guru rejected him. That was his position. Now one may say, what is the hope for such a person whom Guru has rejected? So this person, Prasiddha, was such a wonderful soul. He took the essence from his Guru Bhakti and he went and kept chanting Harinam constantly. He had absolutely no problem. He went back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. The curse didn't work. So that's a principle that is there, that even the curse of spiritual master will not work if you're taking shelter of the holy name. Because he did it accidentally. It was not a willfully committed offense. So that's why he's famous. Then there is a story of Nabhaga also. He stayed in the ashram of Vashishta for a long time. And his brothers, they all thought that, oh, this fellow is not going to come back. He has become sannyasi. Usually, in Kali Yuga, if children join the ashram, parents are very much worried. My God. So that's why many parents don't even allow their children to associate with me. So no, if he Dharma Prabhu will become brahmachari, no, we will not allow. Beta, dur se dandat karo. Do dandat from far and then come back fast. Don't talk to him. Right? On the other hand, when a child doesn't return from Gurukul, that's a bliss for the parents. They'll say, our son has become sannyasi. So what all the brothers did is they divided the property among themselves, and because they thought this fellow is not going to come, he is remaining Chir Kumar. He's going to be brahmachari for life. But he liked the ashram for some time. He stayed for a little more time and he came back after that. So brothers were wondering, Prabhu, why you came back? He said, I have come to become grahastha. I want to get married and I also want some property. They said, property is all divided. He said, but I am the son of my father. I need some property, right? They say, okay, father is your property. Take it. So that's why his name is Nabhaga. He did not get property. Nabhaga. He didn't get the bhag. Nabhaga. So this property division issues were there in Satyuga also. And later on, father gets the property. He comes to father and says, now you are my property. He said, your brothers have cheated you. You have got cheated. I am nobody's property. Then he tells him, there is a very wonderful story. So 9th canto Bhagavatam, the beginning of 9th canto Bhagavatam is the entire Manvantra of our dynasty. Vaivasvat Manu. Our Manvantra going on. Yeah. Next.
Lord Rama, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, incarnated himself as Sri Rama, accepting the sonhood of his pure devotee Maharaja Dasharatha, the king of Ayodhya. Lord Rama descended along with his plenary portions, and all of them appeared as his younger brothers. In month of Chaitra, on the 9th day of the growing moon, in the Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared, as usual, to establish the principles of religion and to annihilate the disturbing elements. When he was just a young boy, he helped the great sage Vishwamitra by killing Subahu and striking Maricha, the two demons who were distributing the sages in their daily discharge of duties. The Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are meant to cooperate for the welfare of the mass of the people. The Brahmana sages endeavor to enlighten the people by perfect knowledge, and Kshatriyas are meant for their protection. Lord Ramachandra is the ideal king for maintaining and protecting the highest culture of humanity, known as Brahmanya Dharma. The Lord is specifically the protector of the cows and the Brahmanas, and hence he enhances the prosperity of the world. He rewarded the administrative demigods by effective weapons to conquer the demons through the agency of Vishwamitra. He was present in the bow sacrifice of King Janaka and by breaking the invincible bow of Shiva. He married Sita Devi, daughter of Maharaja Janaka.
Thank you so much. My God, there is so much to share. Brijesh Prabhu. Kya kare? What to do? He's saying it's okay. What should I do? One verse is okay. Even one verse will not be okay. Okay, fine. So I'll just try to be as brief as possible. The first demoness whom Prabhu Sri Ramchandra kills is Tadaka. And she had two sons. Their name is Marich and Subahu. Actually, the entire journey of Ramachandra is having very deep lessons for sadhakas. Tadaka is the sin personified. She is the Papa Beach. Yes, the sin. Sinful desires is called Tadaka. She is there. So when we chant the Nama, what happens? Rama is Nama. Ramaban or Rama attacking is always Nama. So the Papa Beach is destroyed. And then she has two sons. What are they? Subahu and Marich. These two are the karmas, Papa karmas. So there are two types of Papa karmas. There is Prarabdha karma, there is Aprarabdha karma. So when you do bhakti, what is destroyed? First Aprarabdha karma is destroyed. That is Subahu, he dies first. And what happens to Marich? Marich is not killed. Prarabdha karma doesn't get destroyed immediately. So Marich is sent far away. So your Prarabdha karma is disconnected, doesn't go away. So here Marich is the Prarabdha karma. So he goes and falls in a place that becomes later on known as Mauritius. That's what happens. Yeah, there is a festival of the demon falling there. Also, that celebration is done. So the place where Marich goes and falls becomes Mauritius. See, none of us knew this before coming to Krishna consciousness. So he killed on the order of Guru. So Nama has to be taken on the order of Guru. So that way this pastime is very deep pastime. We have a lot of lessons for sadhakas. And also the Shiva Dhanush. So how did Shiva Dhanush come to Janak Maharaj? There's a story. Shiva Dhanush was given to Parshuramji. In fact, the martial arts that people, what is the famous martial arts today? Anyone knows? Karate. The Japanese spread karate everywhere. That is the famous martial arts. To block and attack with hands and legs is called karate. But that comes from Kung Fu, the ancient Chinese martial arts. And ancient Chinese martial arts, Kung Fu comes from Kalaripayat. Kalaripayat is the art of martial arts that Shiva taught to Parshuram. So Shiva came and taught. He was a martial arts teacher of Parshuramji. So Parshuram, with all his martial arts skills, he annihilated 21 generations of Kshatriyas. And Shiva, as a gift to his student, he presented the Shiva Dhanush. And Parshuram used to carry the Shiva Dhanush also. His Parshu and Shiva Dhanush. After annihilating 21 generations of Kshatriya, Parshuramji felt that I have done too much violence. I am a Brahmana. I have done too much violence. Let me go create a space of land. So what he did, he Shiva Dhanush, he wanted to donate to someone. So he asked Shiva whom to donate to. So Shiva said, you can donate to my big devotee. So he says, one wonderful devotee was a person who took all his veins and he played Veena for Shiva's pleasure. It must be Ravana. I'll go to Ravana. So he goes to Ravana and wants to present him the Shiva Dhanush. And Ravana was so proud and arrogant. Yes, you have come finally, my friend Parshuram. You have come because Parshuram had protected Ravana from Kartavirya Arjuna. He became a captive there. So he had protected him. So Ravana considered Parshuram to be his friend. He says, oh friend, you have come. Give me the Shiva Dhanush. I am the right. You have come to the right place. So Parshuram saw the arrogance. He says, he is not fit to get the Shiva Dhanush. Let me go to Mithila. So he goes to Mithila. And as soon as he goes to Mithila, Janak Maharaj comes barefoot without even wearing his shoes. He comes there to receive Parshuramji and he offers him obeisance, glorification. And Parshuram says, I had gone to Lanka before this year to meet Ravan, who is a great Shiva Bhakta. Then I've decided to give this Dhanush to a great Shiva Bhakta. He said, actually, then you should have given it to Ravana. He is more deserving. So he saw this humility that Janak had. And because of the humility, he said, you are the right person to keep the Shiva Dhanush. But Shiva Dhanush is not very easy to carry. Janak needed at least 300 powerful bodybuilders who do exercises in CrossFit. Those bodybuilders he needed to move it 1 inch and they'll sleep for 3 hours. That is the way it is. So they move it a little bit and they become so tired that they sleep for 3 hours. Again, move it, again sleep for 3 hours. That is the service. So one day, Janak Maharaj had found Mother Sita when he was plowing the field. And every king has to do that in the harvest. In the season where to sow, he does the ceremony. And that particular point of time, he saw that the plow is not going ahead. Then they dug and found this very beautiful baby who is Sita Devi. Yes, she's the daughter of Bhumi. So Sita Devi became a she was in a Kaumari Avastha, about the age of 4 or 5. So that time she was playing with all her friends, and the friends said, "We want that flower." Sita said, "Don't worry, my father has a very big bow. I'll go take it, and from that definitely we'll be able to take." And all the ministers were watching this. Sita came, took that particular Shivdanush effortlessly, went and just plucked, plucked the flower, and she got it. Yeah, and she kept it back. The ministers all went and reported to King Janak. Now Janak Maharaj became worried. First of all, she's a divine girl who has come from the ground. After listening to this, who will marry her? And now all the more, after having understood Shiv Dhanush, this is the capacity. Just imagine the strength of my daughter. She embraces somebody, that person will become powder, dust, chutney. So who will marry her now? Who is the rightful person? So the person who is going to marry her should at least be equal in strength. And that's why the strength was the Shiv Dhanush. You have to lift the Shiv Dhanush and tie it. At least this much strength you can show. And nobody could do it except Sri Ramachandra. So that's a very Adbhuta Leela that he does. And Parshuram gives his Shivdanush here, and his axe he throws it into the ocean to create a land, which became known as Kerala. And there he sits on Mahendragiri and meditates. That's how Parshu and his both went away. And he became Sadhak. He's meditating there as a Chiranjeevi. Yeah, go ahead. After his marriage.
After his marriage, he accepted exile in the forest for 14 years by the order of his father, Maharaja Dashrath. To help the administration of the demigods, he killed 14,000 demons, and by the intrigues of the demons, his wife Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravan. He made friends with Sugriv, who was helped by Lord to kill Vali, brother of Sugriv. By the help of Lord Ram, Sugriv became the king of the Vanaras, a race of gorillas. The Lord built a floating bridge of stones on the Indian Ocean and reached Lanka, the kingdom of Ravan, who had kidnapped Sita. Later on, Ravan was killed by him, and Ravan's brother, Vibhishan, was installed on the throne of Lanka. Vibhishan was one of the brothers of Ravan, a demon, but Lord Ram made him immortal by his blessings. On the expiry of 14 years after settling the affairs at Lanka, the Lord came back to his kingdom, Ayodhya, by Flower Plain. He instructed his brother Shatrughan to attack Ravanasur, who reigned at Mathura, and the demon was killed. He performed 10 Ashwamedh sacrifices, and later on he disappeared while taking a bath in the Sarayu River. The great epic Ramayana is the history of Lord Ram's activities in the world, and the authoritative Ramayana was written by the great poet Valmiki.
The purport is complete. Okay. Reading of the purport only took time. Rajesh Prabhu. Yes. All right. What can we share? There's so much to share. Okay. In interest of time, I'll keep my discussion short. We'll have some question answers. Why is exile given for 14 years? We'll discuss that concept. That's the first line. That's all we can do. Everywhere else, I'm controlling myself to discuss. Every point has some very wonderful thing. Actually, this purport reading will take at least 6-7 classes to explain. But anyways, why 14 years? There's a science. Why Pandavas were put in an exile for a period of 12 years and one year of Ajñatavas? There's a reason for that. There's a Shastra for it. If your age is below 50, Panchasha Urdhvam Vanam Vrajit. 51 years, you have to go to forest. That is the ideal period for Vanaprastha. But if somebody is accepting premature Vanaprastha, that was the instruction given by Dashrath, you become Vanachari. You go to the forest and you take Vanaprastha. That means no more Grahastha life. So if somebody goes like this and doesn't return, if somebody is under 50 and you go like this and don't return for 14 years, then you're considered you've taken sannyas. That's why they told 14 years. And if you're above 50, then if you're not coming home after 12 years, it is considered that you are taken sannyas. So somebody is a brahmachari. He doesn't return home for 14 years. He is called Sannyas, he's gone. That is the consideration in Shastra. But somebody is Vanachari, out above 50 years. He is not returned back for 12 years, he is considered to be gone. So that is the significance of that 14 years. That's why he was sent on exile for 14 years. So this person will be as good as socially dead for us. Because Kaikeyi wanted to. Pitur Vachana Nirdesha Kaikeya Priya Karanath. So Kaikeyi Devi wanted to ensure Lord Rama is socially dead. People will forget him. They consider he belongs to the forest now. He has gone to the next ashram. So that was her consideration. But later on, Bharat takes a promise that if you do not come back, I will take Agni Sannyas. I will enter into Agni and finish my life. So there are many lessons. I will have to stop here because the time is up. We can have questions. Yes.
It is mentioned about the 13.
12. 1 year Ajnatas they wanted. Because those people had full faith that we'll catch them.
So my question is, Prabhu, in Kali Yuga it is 100 years, right? But in previous years it's 1000 years and 10,000 years.
Yes.
So is 13 years proportionate to that?
Yeah,
Say
yes.
13 or
Yes.
1300 years or whatever.
Even if you look at the life of Lord Ramachandra, he rules for Dashavarsha Sahasrani, Dashavarsha Kritanicha, Rama Rajam Pasitva Brahmalokam Gamayishyata. He rules totally. After he comes back, he gets the throne, he rules for 11,000 years.
Yeah.
And in Treta Yuga, the duration of life
Is
10,000 years. So he ruled more than his life and he left because they wanted the Rama Rajya to prevail. So whenever we talk about a proportion of time, yes, it is proportionate. So 14 means actually proportionate to
100 of
yes.
100 years.
So he ruled there that much time.
Okay. Thank
It
you.
is proportionate like that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Shampoo.
Yes.
Bro, can you please elaborate on the prarabdha and prarabdha karma?
Yes, correct. Aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalom mukam. Kramaneva praliyate Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmana. This verse comes in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where how bhakti destroys this. So we will try to discuss what is actually karma. So karma is like our bank account. Now this example everyone will like it. Bank account. And this bank account everybody wants to increase their bank balance. But karmic account will automatically increase. The more time we spend in this material world, automatically karmic account is increasing. So that karmic bank balance totally is called as Sanchita Karma. What we have taken together. That's called Sanchit Karma. So out of the Sanchit Karma, there is some amount of money which you are having in your pocket presently. You have it right now with you. What is there in the bank is Sanchit Karma. There is some money that we all carry in our purse. So the money that you're carrying in the purse is called as Prarabdha Karma, which you are having. So the karmas that we are already enjoying or suffering is called as Prarabdha Karma. Number 2, Aprarabdha Karma is a check that is due. You have worked in a company for, today is what day? 3rd of January. Suppose you worked. There's nobody went to office, I know, last 2 days. But you suppose you worked for 3 days. And now person is earning, say, we'll give good amount, $1,000 per day. Let everyone be happy. Everyone is earning $1,000 per day. You will all be thinking, probably you have no practical experience of Canada. how much work we get, you don't know. Right? That 1,000 hours per day you can earn by going to programs and getting donation. That's possible for Brahmachari. Yes, 1,000 hours per day, suppose somebody is getting per day. So he has worked for today, suppose after the end of day 3, he's asking, please give my money. So that person will, okay, even if he wants to get the account done, he will get 3,000 max. But that 3,000 is due for you, it will come. So now rest of the whole month, if that person doesn't go to work also, he will get 3,000. Of course, he will lose his job, that's another thing. But 3,000 at least he will get because he did 3 working days. So that check which is about to come is called as Aprarabdha, which is not yet there, but it is coming, it's on the way. Don't worry, your salary is on the way. Just like some people order pizza, your pizza is on the way. The pizza that you're eating is prarabdha. That which is coming on the way is called aprarabdha. So cash, the money is also on the way. That's called aprarabdha karma. Then there is aprarabdha phalam papam kutam. Kuta is sinful tendencies. When one has repeatedly performed a particular sinful activity, that becomes kuta. That's a tendency. And tendencies don't go away so easily. Even in the next tendency, once you do a work, you do some activity. Like suppose there is you have eaten, everyone has eaten burger on the New Year Eve. How many of you agree it was tasty? I also had, don't worry. It was very tasty. They were asking, you didn't take. You didn't have. You had fasting.
Kind of.
My God, he's a sage. You should be sitting here. I'll come down. Right? So tasty burger was there. So after the burger you eat, now okay, that time your stomach got full, but now oh New Year wala burger must tha. I think you should have again. The tendency one, that's called vritti. But when you keep eating, that becomes vasana. And you've eaten so much next life, automatically you're born, you're attached to burger. Mama, I want this, I want that samskara. It's there from previous birth. You got so attached to burger that the tendency of attachment is there. The same can be applied to even bhakti. But the point is, vritti is when you do one thing, there's a tendency to repeat. How many of you want the burger again? Be honest. Even my hand is up. Okay, fine, good. Don't worry, we'll request the management. So that's called vritti because we had once, we want it once again. Then when we have it repeatedly, it becomes vasana. Right? And then that continues in the next life, it's called samskara. So kuta can be of different levels. Vritti, vasana, samskara. We don't know how deep is that. It's come from the previous life, it's come from the same life repeated, or it's coming just because of one activity done strongly. Then there is bija. Bija refers to the sinful desires, which means our plan making, the sinful plan making. And this sinful plan making exists because of lust in a person. Bhavismin klishyamananam avidya kama karmavi. So that karma is there. And karma exists because of avidya, the ignorance. So that is all these terminologies. So when you do bhakti, actually do jnana, aprarabdha, kuta and bija is destroyed. But prarabdha is not destroyed. Whereas when you do bhakti, prarabdha is doesn't mean that imagine prarabdha is destroyed. Then what happens? Somebody Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, Nishtha, Ruchi, Bhav, Prem. The body drops down and he goes back to body. Because prarabdha is gone. This should happen technically, but it doesn't happen like that. Because a person lives out one's prarabdha in a practical sense, but he is not bound by the prarabdha karmas. Imagine if Krishna has made this system. And as soon as you attain prema, the soul will leave and go back to Godhead. Then what will happen? There will be no preachers. Yeah, there won't be preachers, right? All preachers gone back to Godhead. What will happen to other people? So Krishna has created this system that the prarabdha doesn't get completely destroyed. Even the bodies of pure devotees, although they are beyond karmas, they do get old. They will get disease. And they will also have a death similar to a materialist, but it is not the same. Similar. The karmas also manifest. So in that sense, prarabdha is there, the body is there. But a person goes beyond prarabdha in what sense? There's Devahuti who tells this to Kapila. Aho batasva pachato gariyan yajjivagre vartate namatubhyam te pustavaste juhur shashnurarya brahmanachur nama grihanti yannamadeya shravananu kirtanad yat pravanad yat smaranad abhikvachin shvadopi shuddha savanaya kalpate kutak punaste bhagavan darshana. Those who want to read, this is 3rd canto, 33rd chapter, verse number 6 and 7. This says that a person who's done bhakti, chanted the names, is qualified to perform yajnas. Now somebody's born in a Shudra, he's got a Shudra body. Even such a person, dog eater, is chanted the names, such a person becomes qualified to do yajnas. That means he's got a body of Brahmana. So his prarabdha is destroyed. The Shudra body, prarabdha is destroyed. Now he is become what? He has become a Brahmana because he's doing yajna. He's qualified to do yajna. So that sense prarabdha is destroyed. Even Prahlad Maharaj, Sapada Moolam Padidam Tavarukam Vilokya Deva Kripaya Parikta Uttapi Tatshishni Adadat Karambuzam Kalahi Vistrishta Diha Kritavaram. Narasimhadev touches the hand and purifies Prahlad. Prahlad is already pure. Why he touches hand? So now nobody can say that Asura Rakta is flowing in his veins. Nobody can say he's from the family of demons. That is purified. So he touches and confirms that. So that sense, not that Prahlad Maharaj immediately lost his body and some other spiritual body came off. No. The effect of Asuric demoniac influences first, it was never there, but I'm confirming it's gone. So that's what is practically destroying Prarabdha. But the body doesn't get destroyed. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, there are 14 Manus. Similarly, Sun God is also changing with every Manu.
6 principles change. If you read the 8th canto Bhagavatam, there are 6 principles which keep changing. Manu changes, Devatas change, Indra change, Manu Putras also have a role, they also change, Saptarishi changes, and there's Manvantra Avatar who will also come. 6 principles of Manvantra, the 8th canto subject. So, yes, Manu changes, Indra changes, demigods changes, Manu Putras, they also have some role in management. They also change. Saptarishis, they change. And different Manvantra avatars are there. Krishna takes different avatar to empower all these 5 people. So they all keep changing. Correct.
So the previous one, he was sun god, his sun god. So that in which Manu? Because currently 7th Manu. So he cannot be sun god for this Manu because his son is currently Manu. So he must be the previous Manus somewhere.
Okay, he's born from the previous Manvantara. Yes, most of the Manus, Devatas, they are all born in previous Manvantras. Like if you look at Priyavrat Maharaj, he has 3 sons. Tapasa, Uttama and Rochasa. They become the next 2-3 Manus. So they all keep doing their sadhana. They stay in the Himalayas and keep doing their sadhana, tapasya. And whenever their time comes, they do the management and they go back to do the sadhana, to continue their devotion service. So they all are born in different times. But when their service comes, they come and they play the active role. And then they go back and continue their sadhana. Correct. So although they were born in the end of Swayambhu Manu, they became Manus of the next 3 Manvantras. Got it, no? So Priyavrat Maharaj is the son of Manu. He is Manu Putra, he has a role. But his 3 sons become the next Manvantras, 3 Manus. 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Okay. Yes.
One more question about Iswaku Maharaj.
Yes.
So Iswaku Maharaj is the same Maharaj who worshipped Sri Rangam deity, Vishnu deity.
Yes. Yes. They are all Suryavamshi Rajas. They had Sri Rangam was their main deity. Ramachandra also had his deity Sri Rangam. Srirangapatna, Melukottai, and Sri Rangam all came under Ikshvaku Rajas. It was their kingdom. Rama is also mentioned. In fact, Rama goes to Sri Rangam when he's coming down in search of Sita, and there is a famous. We call it as Pasuram. Pasuram are the Alvar's prayers, where he learns 4 gatis from. He learns to walk from Radhanath. Yes, Radhanath teaches Lord Ramachandra how to walk. I'll teach you how to walk. He says, okay. So this is called as Sarpagati, walking like a snake. Then he teaches him this Gajagati, to walk in elegance like an elephant. He says there's Hamsagati, to walk like a swan. Yeah, that is romantic. And there's Simhagati. In forest, this is very important. You have to walk like a sun, like a lion. Go little steps, turn back, look at an enemy, and then again go back. This is called Simhavalokana. So he learns all the gatis from Radhanath.
Vibhishan also worshipped the Sri.
Vibhishan worship Jagannath. He is Jagannath's devotee. Srirangam also, but yeah, there is something called as Pratisthana, who the deity is looking at. Right? So it's called Pratishtha. He's looking at Vibhishan. You're right. Ranganath Swami's Pratishtha is Vibhishan, but Vibhishan is the devotee of Jagannath more than Ranganath.
And Lord Ramchandra also gave one deity to Vibhishan. So that deity is
to take care. Yeah, Srirangam. But he is more attached to Jagannath.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
He takes care. Right? South mein, you are in South. Anyway, you are in the South. You take care of Srirangam. Jagannath. He gives his property to him. Correct.
Anyone else?
His Grace Shubhankar Krishna Prabhu. Please correct me.
No. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhu, we know that I have a question that we know that there is an annihilation, full annihilation after Brahma's 100 years, and then everything destroyed, that 14. And then there is a partial annihilation that Brahma's every day, after every day. Then there is a partial annihilation, but all the 3 top lower, Brahma
don't get destroyed.
Doesn't destroy. But after each Dibba Yuga, what get destroyed? Is there any annihilation also?
Yes, there is no annihilation. There are only 4 kinds of annihilation mentioned.
Okay.
The first is called as Nitya Pralay. Nitya Pralay means always our bodies are getting destroyed. Everything is getting destroyed. That's called Nitya Pralay, always. That's happening constantly.
Okay.
The second Pralay is called as Naimittika Pralay, which rightly, as you said, after the one day of Brahma, it happens. The water level rises, the fire element is there, and the winds are also heavy. The third Pralay is called as Prakrit Pralay, where the Brahmanda is destroyed and goes back to the body of Mahavishnu. And the fourth Pralay is called Atyantik Pralay, where the false ego of living entity is destroyed, and that happens only with bhakti. So there are only 4 pralayas mentioned.
Okay.
So after Kali Yuga, the kind of pralay is there in some sense that Kalki comes and destroys all the miscreants. But that's not calculated as one of the pralayas because pralay chapter comes in the 12th canto, the subject of pralay, Nirodha Mukti Rashraya. So Nirodha or the pralay chapter comes in the 12th canto. 12th canto mentions 4 types of pralayas.
Yeah, so after Kalki destroyed, then immediately Satyuga starts.
Yes, the devotees who are remaining, they are the Brahmanas, they start the Satyuga. The Rajarshis of one Surya Vamsha and Chandra Vamsha dynasty are meditating today in the Himalayas. They come to the earth and they are trained by the Saptarishis who are still there and they continue the Rajarshi Parampara.
Who can you repeat once again?
There are 2 personalities who are the kings. They are mentioned in the Bhagavatam. We can see. I'll get the verse.
So Markandeya Rishi,
One minute.
okay,
Start. This is there in the Bhagavatam. There are 2, actually there is 2 Kshatriyas in this particular lineage are 2 Vamshas. There is a Surya Vamsha, Chandra Vamsha in this particular lineage. So from the Chandra Vamsha, the brother of Shantanu Maharaj, Devapi, he will become the first Kshatriya in the Satyuga after this Kali Yuga.
Okay.
And the second is Maru. Maru is again Ikshvaku Nandan. His Ikshvaku dynasty, he will continue the Surya Vamsha. So the Kshatriyas are trained by Saptarishis. So Saptarishis, the 7 rishis, right? The Jamadagni, Vasishtha, and so our Vishwamitra, they all are the trainers of the Kshatriyas and they continue Rajarshi Parampara. But when Kali Yuga comes, these people say, these people are so useless. We will not train them. Then Krishna says, don't worry, I will send acharyas from my spiritual world. That's when he starts the 4 paramparas. He sends Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnu Swami, and Nimbarka. So you continue you do something for the Kali Yuga souls. Because the Saptarishis, they say these people are such rascals, we are giving up. We will not be able to take care of them. So that way, what happens is Kali Yuga has the acharyas coming and giving special mercy. Then again, Satyuga, they come back, Saptarishis. So Devapi and Maru, they are the Kshatriyas. You're asking Markandeya.
Yeah.
Markandeya is a rishi who has lived almost 7 kalpas of Brahmastra. So what they usually do is they go to a place like Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri is completely safe from all the pralay starts from Rohini Kund. Rohini Kund is a place which is there within the Sri Mandir. How many of you seen Rohini Kund? Some of you, Amrithari, Prabhu, Shri Mataji, they have all seen. Prabhu has also seen. Very nice. So from Rohini Kund, the pralay waters come, but nothing happens to Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri is not destroyed. So such rishis like Markandeya, they take shelter of the Dham, the Shankashetra, and they are not destroyed. They can live like this for. So he has lived 7 days of Brahma. Kalpas, yes. Behind you, Purushottam Chaitra.
Hare Krishna. So we have the 14 planetary systems,
Yes.
the 7 up and down. How does that relate to what science teaches us about the 8 planets that we have? How do we
relate
the two?
Okay. So as such, the planets that the modern science talks about is not completely false. They have taken ideas from the Vedic literatures only, right? So if you look at the Navagrahas as per our Shastra, there are Navagrahas. And the Navagrahas are named after the 7 days. And the 7 days are what the 7 days? The first is Sunday. So this is the first planet actually in the Bhuvarlok, Sun. Above the Sun is Moon, which is Monday, Moon's day. Then there is Budhvar, Mangalwar. Mangalwar is Mars. Then there is Budhvar, Mercury. Then there is Brihaspati or Guruvar, Jupiter. Then Shukravar, Shukra is Venus. Then the seventh is Shanivar, Shanivar is Saturn. So these planets are there. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. These three planets, we'll talk about it. But apart from this, there are two invisible planets. One is Rahu, another is Ketu. So these are the Navagrahas who always stay outside the temple of Hari to serve him. They are his servants. So all Grahas serve him. Now Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, slowly what they are telling, they are slowly deviating and telling that these planets are actually not from our solar system, they're something else, some other entities. So they're changing. These grahas always existed in Vedic times. So till here, till the they don't consider sun to be a graha, they don't consider moon to be a graha. Rather than that, some of the stars they consider to be, some of the constellations, the scientists they consider them to be as the moons of different planets. Mars has two moons, they say, Lobos and Phobos. You've heard this? So they say that other planets have their moons, but actually they're grahas. And what are the stars? The stars are the heavenly planets. Those who go to Swargalok, you get your own planet. It's a planet that floats in the sky. It's like an aeroplane. You have the person has his own apsaras, his own lake, his own. Not only in this house, person has his own house, but there you have your own planet. You are the ruler of that planet. You have your own people. So the stars are those planets. And the moment the good karmas are gone, the shooting star, it falls back. So what they are doing is the Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, in my humble understanding, are the different heavenly abodes which are prominent pious souls heavenly abode constellations, which they are confusing with, which are much beyond all these planets. And a distance what they are measuring is also incorrect. This is the right order. Sun, moon, the 7 days, right? They are the right order at which we have the planets. They have not gone beyond the Val-Adam radiation. They are just speculating the distance based on their telescopic views. They call it the luminous intensity method by which they get all these. I was a science student. I was interested in all these things. That's why I know these details. So it's not correct. It's inaccurate. And they're slowly correcting back. They're rectifying their math. They have been changing, but Shastras are constant. That's why my faith is those are time tested. Okay? Yes. I was waiting who will ask the question when is Prasadam. That's the best question.
How do we understand the moon landing based on this?
Come, bring him the mic. We'll end with this question because I'm getting some looks from some devotees. We will not call you again for class. So we'll just finish this.
Yeah. Prabhuji said about different planets order, but then we know that by that same distance calculation we have been to the moon. That is what the Apollo mission is about. So how do we understand that how we went to the moon? And when we go there, we don't see the heaven or heavenly beings there. We just see stone and rocks.
Yeah.
How do we understand?
There are different understandings. The first understanding, please note down, there are 6 to 7 or maybe less than that based on devotees' expressions. I'll give you answers. There are different understandings. The one understanding is suppose some aliens come and they land on Sahara Desert. Right? They come and land on the Sahara Desert. What they will think? Earth is desert planet and go back. Pick up some sand and go back. So similarly, what has happened is the space mission might have landed in such a place of the moon and thinking that they are the moon planet has nothing, no life. That is one reason. One reasoning. Second reasoning is even today every scientific world knows you cannot cross the Van Allen radiation belt. A human cannot cross. That's why they're trying to send robots in the space because you'll be burnt completely. So this Van Allen radiation belt cannot be crossed. So a possible theory is these people have landed in Rahu. Rahu is the immediate planet. The eclipse doesn't happen because of sun and moon coming together. Sun and moon come many times together. Eclipse happens because Rahu eats the sun and moon. When Rahu eats the sun, it is called solar eclipse. And when he eats the moon, it's called lunar eclipse. So the Rahu is one who comes in between the earth and the sun. Rahu is the one who comes between moon and the earth. That is called eclipse. So this also scientists are slowly understanding because moon, sun and earth come in the same line many times. But that is not eclipse. So they have landed in Rahu, which is closer. Instead of, so Prabhupada writes this. So instead of landing on moon, they have landed on Rahu. This is the second understanding. The third understanding that we have is just like there is we have this particular light out there, okay, and we have a shadow that comes us, a shadow sometimes of an object from the top, right, that comes. Can an ant reach that point? No, but the ant can crawl on the floor. So what the best ant can reach is the projection of that light. That is the maximum place the ant can reach because it's a one-dimensional creature. So similarly, we are actually not seeing the moon. Moon is a higher planet. We cannot see demigods, we cannot see their planets. They are all in much higher dimension. We are only able to see the projection of the moon which is required for us to count the days. When is Ekadashi? When is Purnima? When is Amavasya? For mathematical calculations, we are given the moon. So we are seeing the projection of the moon, which is a heavenly planet. We are not actually seeing them. Got it, right? So they would have, even if somebody landed there, now the ant, suppose that particular box is that object has butter inside, like just like we can see Vrindavan Leela, Vraj Leela. Krishna is to stand up and eat that butter. But can that ant taste the butter? No. Why? Because it's on the shadow of that butter pot. So similarly, when going on the shadow or the projection of the moon planet, we cannot experience the moon, which is the Pitraloka or the Svargaloka. Got it, right? Yes, and another, I know it will be controversial. You can go and see the Area 55 controversy, the video. Yes, you can watch that too. I don't want to put it on the YouTube. And you can watch it. There's a theory which says that they never went to the moon. There's a US area, research area called Area 55, and everything is shot there. So they have almost 21, 30 reasons why they didn't go. You can watch that video. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm restricting myself so that you can all go and relish Krishna Prasad ki jai. Thank you very much. Grantrashmi Bhagavatam ki Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Samasta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Mahaprasad ki jai. Big jai for Mahaprasad. Ki jai.